All right, Eric, this is an interesting story. We hear this talking point often from the left, especially in the recent days, especially during the debates over the omnibus spending bill. They say the NRA pressured Congress to stop the funding going to the CDC to study gun violence, and that it's a matter of national health. This is a health crisis we need to study. But the reason that this happened, it was actually prompted by the NRA. The NRA blew the whistle on this. Let me read you some of the quotes that came from the CDC's research head. This is Patrick O'Connell back in 1989. He said, on behalf of the CDC, quote, "We're going to systematically build a case that owning firearms causes deaths." Then in 1993, Mark Rosenberg, and he's the director of the CDC National Center of Injury Prevention, said that he envisions a long-term campaign similar to tobacco use and auto safety to convince Americans that guns are first and foremost a public health menace. Is it any wonder that the NRA blew the whistle on this?
Oh, absolutely. They were engaging in advocacy for the gun control position. Another one of the CDC department heads during that time had made a statement that they wanted to treat guns the way cigarettes are now viewed, where they're dirty, deadly, and banned. And even Eric Holder, who, former attorney general before he was attorney general, made statements that he wanted to use a campaign ad to brainwash kids and he used the B word, actually brainwash kids on the subject of firearms. I should say, one of the big misnomers, though, was that Congress never actually cut funding to the CDC. They just said that the research they did couldn't be used for advocacy. It couldn't be used to advocate or promote gun control. So all along, CDC has actually still been doing research on guns. In fact, in 2013, they researched and looked at all the studies that examined how many times guns are used in self-defense. And to the left's surprise, guns are used 16 to 100 times more often to save life than to take life. Well, that was in Obama's CDC, or that came from Obama's CDC. So they've always been doing the research. They just weren't allowed to use the research for advocacy. And basically now with the recent omnibus, it's clarifying that they can still do research. They just can't use it to lobby or advocate the gun control position.